Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for the week of January 8th. This week, definitely check out astrojar.com for more awesome readers and astrologers. But let's see what we have going on for you at this time. You start off with the King of Spades. This is a card of experience and doing things based off of experience, but it's also a card of realizing that your problems are your own and solving your own problems. You see here, he's chopped the head off the snake there, and in this deck that I'm using here, the Jack and the Queen of Spades have the snake wrapped around their body, so they don't realize that their problems are their own. This is a card of, again, having lived through a lot of difficulties, but figuring everything out and figuring out how to overcome your problems. So definitely a good start to the week. Next, you have the Eight of Diamonds. Again, another really good card of kind of realizing things. This is a card of like figuring out how to create solutions as well. It's a card that's sometimes called the key, and again, it's you figuring out what keys open what doors in your life. Definitely a good card for money, and I always say this is a card of material success on the horizon. So it definitely says you're going on the right path, you're doing the right things you need to do to get to where you're going. It is a card that does say be careful of beginner mistakes at this time. I'd say that all water signs at this time need to be careful of, kind of being complacent and getting too comfortable with the way things are, basically. So, don't get too complacent. Basically, if things are successful at this time in your life, no matter what area of your life, you even have love showing up here. So even in relationships and things like that, don't just allow things to kind of, level out. I would say keep improving with this card. Next, you have the Seven of Diamonds. I feel like this card is referring to messages that could be coming to you at this time. So definitely trust your instincts and trust your intuition this week. You have the Two of Clubs, a very intuitive card. And sometimes I think this card can represent like having a sudden kind of realization or sudden epiphany that could be very successful. So, trust your instincts at this time. Next, you have the Two of Clubs. Again, you kind of listening to your higher self. I would say this card represents you and your higher self. To me, this is definitely the card of 2018. The card of 2017 was the Two of Spades. And this is kind of like the upgraded version of that. So I think like last year we made a lot of changes, and this year we're kind of like setting those changes into place. We're making them more real. And I think that's what this card represents, making, changes in your life more real, bringing them down to earth, basically. Next, you have the Nine of Hearts, card of wishes, getting something you wish for, getting something you want. Definitely a very good card. I also think that this can represent, kind of seeing things in the future. Again, Eight of Diamonds, same thing. Can represent, having plans for the future and then making them a reality. And I mean, I think that's what your whole week is about this week with all these cards, plus that Two of Clubs. It's kind of like grounding stuff, bringing down ideas down to earth, so to speak, and making them a reality. This is also a great card for love. So if you're single, great card for, finding a relationship. This can also be you just looking at somebody that you are interested in and kind of thinking about the relationship. And it does say that you, again, need to make it more real if you want to be in a relationship. And then finally, you have the King of Diamonds. A lot of people have been getting these cards of kind of like financial responsibility. I think it's because people are becoming more financially responsible at this time, or people are more focused on financial responsibility at this time as well. So that makes a lot of sense. But this is also a great card for more money coming in the near future and making more money as well. So I'd say that your focus for the week is definitely kind of creating reality, bringing things down to earth, so to speak. Because again, I think you have a lot of opportunities to kind of, make stuff happen at this time. So looks good. Thank you for watching and enjoy your week.